Oh, do not blink. Fred Nixon in a sprinter stance. In a sprinter stance. Comes out to the middle against Yassine Fondo. Nixon light on his feet.
He's got that football back.
Light on his feet. Both men light on their feet. Level changes, feints. First blood drawn by Nixon with a left hook, and he tells him, yep, that's what time it is.
A little smacking hook, too. Like, not even super powerful. Reaching for the far leg. Very hard to finish that on a guy this size. Circling back to that single leg's a little bit better of a look here.
Fondo strong. Hard knee up the middle from Nixon.
Nixon's really pursuing a CCS heavy style strategy here. It's single leg. Now this is a better look for him. Nice leg weave from Fondo. Fondo on the power half now.
Yeah, Fondo doing an excellent job defending.
Fondo, if Fondo feels that grip breaker loosen, he can turn over this power half, but he's got to put the elbow behind the neck. It's over the back right now, which means he's basically not doing anything.
But now who's using more energy here?
Definitely, both guys, depending on how hard both guys are working, they both can be burning a lot. Fondo seems like he's desperately grappling.
Yeah, holding on isometrically.
Yeah. That can tire you out a lot faster.
Nixon in a very good position to start raining down ground and pound.
Fondo's trying to build to a octopus style guard. He's trying to get past the elbow, but the fence is blocking him. He can't make any space that way. He's got to try to come out with his back to the fence. He's got to try to sit up and wall walk. And that's why Nixon is being told by his corner to prioritize that far underhook, because if he loses that far underhook that's near the cage, if he loses that far underhook near the cage, that's where the fight, that's where the position.
Shamik Harvey's calling for the smother.
Yeah, I mean, he's using both of his hands to keep him in place, right? So if you cover his mouth and his nose, he's going to have to switch. He's going to have to take his hands off.
Yeah. And you're just getting less oxygen.
Seal a breath here, seal a breath there. The next thing you know, the guy's going to be very tired.
Yeah, Shamik telling him he can keep doing it. He doesn't have to improve his position. He can do this.
Fred Nixon in the mount now. He's seeking the finish. CCS may be able to continue their reign here tonight.
Yassine Fondo with the white belt hug. Hiding his head, trying not to get hit.
There's too much time left for that defense. You got to go for a movement-based defense here.
There's 38 seconds left. That's an eternity when you have someone the size of Fred Nixon.
Now, so when you get the knees bridging off the wall, you start pushing him higher and higher. Now you can start turning this into something. But as Fondo works back to a more traditional mount, yep, he made it worse for himself. He should have turned on his side with that foot on the wall, not away from the fence. Pushing yourself away from the fence doesn't do anything when the guy's surfing you.
Fondo just looked over here at you like he was listening.
I don't want to speak too loud and have him start doing this stuff and Shamik come over here and smack me.
Well, the white belt hug defense remains intact.
So Fred is just punching. He could just reach back over the elbow. Yep, I was going to say, he could just reach back over the elbow and punch in, or you can take your, kind of punch down into the underhook and get under it. Yeah, I don't know. We don't have it on. We don't have ours either.
Oh, it's got to be time. It's got to be time.
It's not the first time it's happened either.
Hey, it's past time.
Look at Sean. Jesus Christ. Tom, he was watching the fight. He's watching the fight and laughing and smiling. Sean Woods acting like he got into Sam Falgout's fanny pack backstage and acting up a little bit. Needs to lock back in. I hate being mean because Sean's a nice guy. He's a very nice guy. But he's not had a great night tonight.
Needs a Snickers.
He's not had a great night tonight. And that's why, sometimes it's important for us to have a break. It's important for a little intermission to happen every now and then. Because,
yeah. You get fried.
Yeah.
We get fried.
Especially Dale. This time of night, Dale needs a break.
Our job a little easier because it's not important. Nothing bad happens if we get it wrong, so there's not as much pressure.
Yeah, literally nothing happens.
And Dylan and I would sit here and do this either way.
Yeah, if we're wrong or if we're right.
Well, if there was a camera or there wasn't.
And I'll tell you, Key, yeah, we would just be in the crowd doing the same thing like those two old guys from the Muppets.
Muppets, the guys.
Yeah.
Back at it. Back at it. As Fred Nixon enjoyed that extended round, courtesy of our officials. Left hook from Nixon. Uh-oh, Yassine Fondo swinging at nothing.
Yeah, Fondo's in there versus his sleep paralysis demon, not Fred Nixon.
Nixon landed a short right. Shamik saying up, down, up, down. Oh, nice jab from Fondo finds its way home. Left hook, left kick.
Freddie Nixon swinging from Sardis Road.
Yeah, swinging a little wider than normal, than he was before.
Started hearing the crowd chant. His name is feeling himself.
Yeah,
coming alive now at the Grady Cole Center for Freddie Nixon.
The chance of Freddie, uppercut, narrowly avoids.
Yeah, and even that narrow void off the forearm gave Yondo something to think about. Yondo's kind of settling down. He's kind of collecting himself a little bit now.
Yeah, Yondo reaching for that jab. Using that long reach. Again, they implore Fred, they're telling Fred Nixon up, down, and the combo. There's a combo that off of that level change.
Look at Fred Nixon's torso.
Yeah, wide.
Imagine
thick.
This. I mean, you look at his back. I'm thinking this guy, if he can throw a punch, I'm in trouble.
You know he's built like? Bolo Young.
He's built like he was born with football pads on and just took them off right before this fight.
Let's go, Freddie.
Nice jab to the body from Fondo. Another one. Nice jab from Fondo. The jab's been there for Fondo very well.
Nixon's slowing down. And the power's still there, but now he just can't. He can't find him as easily now. He doesn't have the speed and the accuracy.
Fondo's going to have to put something behind that jab, though. Fondo was doing excellent when he was boxing and keeping the punches short and tight, but he's gotten wide and gotten loose.
If Nixon takes one more step, if he just takes one more step, he'd be in the range, but he's just outside of range. Fondo's keeping him out really well and keeping his space really well.
He needs to go back to that level change and, as you said, get closer by bringing his feet with him a little bit. That was from too far away.
Oh, nice body shot on the break. On the break.
Left hook finds Yassine Fondo. Fondo blinking the cobwebs.
Come forward, Freddie. Come forward. Come forward.
If Fondo faints, oh wow, stiffens him up.
Wow, his hands were down.
Dale Fry stepping in.
Dale Fry looking for victim number 3.
Yassine Fondo fighting his way back to his feet. The Carolina Combat Corner going absolutely insane. Big knees to the back of the thigh from Nixon.
Fondo's trying to go outside that arm for like a Kimura type look, and it is buying him some time, but time is not his friend right now. He needs impact. Like a spine buster.
It was a spine buster.
That was like Arn Anderson dropped him.
That was the one. That's the Rock.
He put the spine on the pine. The great one.
Arn turns you. The Rock goes straight forward.
Yeah, that's right. It's almost like you're running at the Rock.
Yeah.
Fondo gave him just enough to think about to where he couldn't just headhunt. Look at Dale.
Fondo almost got
Dale
back
has a look of sick delight on his face seeing such brain damage being handed out.
Dale Fry decided he hadn't seen enough blood tonight.
And we know he loves George Thurgood.
Yeah.
It's only artist Dale's pop for tonight.
Nixon almost let Fondo back in this thing with that jab.
Fondo let himself out of it again by just dropping his hands and looking at Nixon with 30 seconds left. Like, oh, are we fighting?
The heavyweight truce. Apparently, Fred Nixon does not participate in the heavyweight truce.
I don't know if Fred Nixon used to be on the Carolina Panthers or what, but even the light punches, even the glancing blows have clear, visible effects on the opponent.
When he gets inside and shortens up the punches, they are very good. He has very fast, very accurate hands. When he goes wide, he's doing nothing. Like that, like those sorts of punches are great. His short right hand, just like that, is so good. And he's been very accurate with it when he keeps it short. But when it goes wide, he misses every time. if he did a bit of a wave dash, ducking, moving in, and coming back up, he could throw that short right hand. Fondo can jab him from so far away, even with the telegraph. Fondo is flicking his wrist, stomping his foot, and telegraphing. Now he's wobbled him again with a right and a left. Fondo is blinking out the cobwebs, and Nixon's being a little more patient this time.
Oh, Fondo hit a nice jab on the step in. He caught him stepping in
right
with
in the forehead.
Oh, God, that would have decapitated him, I'm pretty sure. There's nothing wrong necessarily like overly bad with the striking technique of Nixon. He just doesn't, he's not comfortable throwing against a moving live target yet, it looks like.
He's won most of the shootouts in the exchange.
100%, 100%. So, but in the third round, the guys that are built like him always do this. They slow down and they start looking for one big one. And he might get one big one. He's gotten one big one in the last round.
Oh, big body kick. Big body kick right across the diaphragm.
But most guys like him would have exploded so many more times by now and also been way more tired in this early in their debut. He is controlled. He just needs to show a little bit more.
He managed to block that jab.
If he just jabbed before he threw one of those big hooks, he was doing that in the first round. They're calling for the Miguel. Don't know what that is, but they're calling for it a lot.
My guess is they train with a guy named Miguel that always does something.
Yeah, of course.
Miguel may not even be at the gym anymore.
He ran into Fondo more so than punched him there.
Yeah, they're begging him not to chase. He followed him around instead of cutting him off. And this is Carlos.
Is that the Carlos?
That was the Carlos.
What do we need?
The Carlos has to be a double leg or something. They're like, what do we need right now?
Yeah. Good call.
Oh, Fondo reverses but gets tossed head and arm. Fondo doesn't have the room against the cage to really fix this. He's got to try to scramble. He does. Both guys have head height, but it's Nixon who comes up first, allowing Fondo to get the positional advantage. Great fight.
Wow.
Fondo started to come alive in that last round, but up until that point, it was all Freddie Nixon here in the Grady Colt Center. Tom Ziegler happy with that one.
Wow, interesting. Interesting night thus far. A little bit of controversy there with the round timer.
Tom's had his fight. His fighter Ali was one of the guys who got the head kick and got disqualified in Winston last year. Then the Drew Pius fight where his guy was fighting, they took like a half minute off the round when his guy was on top. I don't know if you remember that. That was the same show.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not the first time. It seems like it always happens to him and his gym. And they're also the most winning gym. I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. I'm just observing it.
It might also be a little bit of a numbers thing.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we see that
they have more matches.
We see them a lot.
Yeah, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the point I was trying to make earlier is like, whether or not you or I are wrong is irrelevant. In fact, they kind of like it when I'm wrong a little bit because it makes for more interesting videos.
Unanimous decision. Fighting out of the blue corner, Fred Nixon.
It's like when people comment on the videos and say we're too biased one way or the other. I'm like, bro, they want us to be biased. They love it. They want me to have some bias. They want me to love this sport and these people. That's why we're the best.
Well, that's the cool thing about commentary is nothing happens. Like if we're biased or wrong, nothing happens.
It's not our job to be right or wrong.
Nothing happens.
Our job is to tell the story of the fight and the fighters, if we can. My goal is always to tell the story of the fighters, but on paper, our job is to just tell the story of the fight and translate, demystify some of what you're seeing here on the camera to the viewers at home. And my goal personally is always to elevate the fighters, and that's why I tell you that their words of compliments about my work means more to me than most people. when a fighter tells me they like it when I'm commentating a fighter, they liked what I said about them, or that I said something that made them fix something in there, or we said something in our commentary that made them go back and fix something in their game.
All right, fight fans, here we go. Fight number 31 of the night brings you to the 170-pound weight class. As we welcome our first fighter out of the red corner with a record of 2 wins, 3 losses, fighting out of Highest Dawn MMA out of Matthews, North Carolina. Please welcome Marshall